Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching your channel, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a very special episode. Today is the last What's in Bloom of the year of 2025, and it's going to be loaded with information, with a lot of goodies. So it's going to be one of the long ones. I know I've been giving you guys the 30-minute and the 20-minute videos, but I know I've been hearing a lot from you guys that you want them longer, but they can't all be long. But this one is, and I have so much to share with you. Not only am I going to share what's in bloom, I'm going to share some other updates around the ranch. And before I get even started, I want to talk about this shirt and this event. This is the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society show that they do every year on the first weekend of January. January 2026, they will be holding their I don't know what anniversary they're on, but they will be holding their show there. And they were so kind to share some tickets with me that I can give with you. Now, I did mention it in the last two videos, and I don't see a lot of you joining in. The tickets are free. If you win, you get to go for free, and you get a free t-shirt. It's actually a very nice t-shirt. You can see the design in the back is actually the poster for the show. And it's a very nice, as you can see, it's one of these stretchy materials. It's really, really nice. It hugs the body nicely. I really like it. And John, thank you so much for this shirt. I love it. It's such a great shirt. But anyway, I would like for you guys to join in the drawing. I'm going to be doing a drawing, most likely on the end. I don't know if I'm going to do it at the end of December or January the 2nd, like right before I'll probably do it that way. It'll give you guys more time to join. All you have to do is go in my comment section, say, I want to enter with your full name, first and last name. And that's it. If you want to leave a comment based on this channel, on this episode today, do it on a separate comment. I just don't want to get confused or overlook your name. So guys, please, please, please join. There's not a lot of you that joined in. I was looking and I was like, maybe I'm not sending the message out clearly. So there's 2 tickets, a t-shirt, January 9th through 11th. You can go any of those days to the show. And then the following weekend will be the Tamiami International Orchid Show by the Moats. And that's going to be exciting too. Now, I may be doing the pre-show. It's very windy today, so I'm going to try to do this without a lot of background noise. But anyway, I'm going to be doing the pre-show as well as the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society show. So I'll be there Thursday doing the pre-show to show you guys what it's going to be like and get you excited to go over the weekend. So without further ado, let's go look at some blooms. All right, folks, let's start where we normally start, which is right in front of my greenhouse / work area. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of blooms all around. So let's start with my Schomburgkias or Myrmecophilas. Now, as I told you guys before, I decided to move all my Myrmecophilas in this section because they do get the nice sunlight coming straight through this area, and it induces some more spike. Like, so you can see, we're gonna have lots of blooms in January. Here's some more of my Tibucinus. But for now, we have the famous Louise Fuchs, which is a cross that was created by RF Orchids by Robert Fuchs. Actually, I think it was his father who made this cross, Robert Fuchs' father, and named it after his mother. And it's actually, you know what, let me put on the light. I think you'll get a better. It's a beautiful, beautiful flower. Now she's just starting to bloom. It'll shoot, as you can see, a lot of buttons there. It'll shoot a whole bunch of clusters of flowers. It is a very, very fragrant flower, by the way. Here's some more buds. Now I did catch it on time. I saw that it was getting thrips. When you see this kind of texture, that's usually thrips. But I caught it right on time, so they are blooming. Unfortunately, when it gets to thrips, it's these tiny little bugs or pests that go inside the sheath or inside the bulb area and will suck out all the energy out of the flower. And so it doesn't allow it to bloom. But if you catch it on time, you will get rid of them. Now, I usually use a strong systemic insecticide when it comes to thrips now, because our season has been very, very intense. I use 7, which is a lighter type of insecticide that you can buy at Home Depot, but it was not doing a thing. It works when you are just doing maintenance and everything is clean. It works very well like that. Like if I were to start using it now, it'll work very well because it's not a high intensity of thrips. But because of the weathers we've had and all the other crazy rain on and off season, it brought in a lot of pests. But the bulbs are starting to look the new bulbs are starting to look really, really healthy. And she's a big mama, as you can see. Now, straight up here, look at the shower of beautiful Dendrobium flowers. Now, this is what we call Cher's Dream. Now, I did do, finally, because I'm always trying to figure out the cross, I did do my tags now. And that is the cross that created this, which is very cool because they're both Cerulean flowers. One is cerulean and the other one's blue. But look, it came out super pink. Magnificent flower. Does like to bloom a lot in its blooming cycle. It still has way more to go. But I think this is the most it's given me. And this was a gift from Dave from Morning Dove Nursery. And I have covered him before in my home visits, and he told me this is going to be one that once she's established, she's going to bloom for you over and over, and he was not kidding. Really, really nice. I'm enjoying this day today. I was supposed to record yesterday, but it was rainy and cold. Today is like in the low 70s, a little bit on the windy side, but it feels so good. It feels like we're in air conditioning. Now look at my Tolumnia. What a display of beautiful flowers. This Tolumnia has been so generous to me. It started with this one, and of course it has another little one here because she's not tired of pushing out blooms. And this one is called Girac Flyer Red Spread. Now, I don't know, there was a Tolumnia I had that somebody corrected me and told me the tag was incorrect. I don't know if it was this one. So if you guys know for sure if this is the right name or the incorrect name, let me know so I can finally do a tag. Isn't that pretty? What an intense red with yellow. My colors. And this is planted or mounted on a guava branch with, I think, let me see. No, it has no moss. This has no moss. It was literally just placed there on the branch. And it's one of the Tolumnias that really does well for me. So I have a feeling that from now on, if I get any more Tolumnias, I'm just going to put them on guava branches. Now this one is starting to shoot a spike here, as you can see. So I'm ready for this one. This one shoots a lot of spikes too, as you can see. Oh, here's another one. So she's going to be giving me more flowers. Now this is my little Brasso section. I have the yellow bird, which is a wonderfully fragrant flower at night. And it starts off with like these sort of red spots when it opens. And it just transitions to this beautiful canary yellow. And guys, anything Brassavola, right here, see, it has Nodosa Brassavola and B.L. Richard Mueller. There's a lot of crosses with these two, as a matter of fact, with other orchids. These crosses are very, very strong. So anything with Brassavola Nodosa, you're going to get a very strong cross, and they do very well on lava rock. They don't like to be set in high moisture like a Phalaenopsis does. So what I do is I keep them in lava rock with charcoal, or I mount them on here. Now this is the actual species, Brassavola nodosa, which was used with another orchid to cross and create this. So they both have night fragrance, and they both have the same exact fragrance. But the interesting part about this is that I've been smelling them at night. The nodosa, the actual species, smells not as strong as the yellowbird. The yellowbird has a much more pungent fragrance that is delicious, or strong fragrance, should I say. But this is such a beautiful flower, very delicate. This is one of my, if not the favorite flower to my partner, Lewis. As a matter of fact, this is his orchid. It was gifted to him by one of our neighbors. She was moving out and getting rid of all her orchids. So she gave him this one, together with many other, but this was really the one he chose. And look, it has several spikes coming out. It has another one there, another one here. They are very floriferous, so that's another advantage of having a nodosa. All right, let's start. Oh, and look up here, still blooming. My Showtime. Now I've shown her several times, only because this season she gave me 6 spikes. So I've been showing her over and over again. I want to save myself from too much editing. But she is absolutely a Showtime of a flower. Look at those tones, guys. The yellowish goes into this peachy pink, and then that contrast of the labellum with the dark pink and yellow. So it's basically mimicking the petals. The labellum mimics the petal, but in a more saturated tone. Absolutely stunning flower. And I put them up here because the spikes are way, way too long. In order to enjoy them, I had to put them up high, so that way I could actually look at the flower, because below they were too low and I was not really seeing them as much. Now this puppy here is starting to open for the first time this season. It's what they call the princess, or not princess. Oh yeah, Princess Kiko. I was gonna call it Queen Kiko, but no, here. It's another one of my tags. Last week I decided to just sit down and start tagging things that I haven't that lost their tags. And as they bloom, I can see more or less what they are. I kind of knew that this was a Princess Kiko because of the way the spikes grow out, and it will shoot multiple spikes. Okay, there's more here. More here. So she's gonna really, and there's 2 here as a matter of fact. This was a gift, and this I bought. And I thought that I didn't, when they gifted me this, I didn't think I had it, so I ended up buying this. I think at Pam's I got this. Yeah, I got this at Pam's over at Orchids in Bloom. So now I have 2. Maybe in the future I'll put them all together and make a huge arrangement. But it's a very pretty flower. Unfortunately, no fragrance whatsoever. I'm gonna have to hold them because the wind is just too intense today. But it's a beautiful, delicate, soft tone flower. And when she's in full bloom, you guys are gonna see how beautiful she looks. It's probably gonna be more in January. And next to it was my recent trip and first time visiting Camila's Gardens nursery. And I got this in bud. I had no idea what the flower was going to look like. The name of this is originally from Ecuagenera. It's a Bob Crowder RLC, or Rhyncholalia Cattleyas. And it gave me these 2 beautiful flowers with beautiful fragrance. Look at that. She is so regal. And again, those tones that I like. And I figured it was going to have those tones because when it was closed, on the back, see, when it's closed, the bud, this is what you see only. You don't see the flower. And I saw these spots in cranberry and yellow, and I said, okay, this is gonna be a beautiful Cattleya, and it's gonna have my tones. So I took a gamble and I won the lottery. Oh, okay, let's see. Well, this I've shown many times, but you know what? It's so worthy of showing again because it decided to spray all over the place with flowers. This is my chocolate dendrobium. Now the tag is down there. I'm just gonna edit it in, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous little flower. I bought this several years ago, I would say 3 years ago, from Udeli's. And she did tell me, not she, her husband, Juan, he told me that it's a heavy bloomer and that when it matures, it should give me a lot of spikes. And he was not kidding. Look at all these spikes. It's such a pretty, pretty detailed flower with those curly antennas. And it's a pretty big plant. Now this is not in bloom, but I gotta show you this. This is a catasetum that I got from Vicky. Here, I'll give you guys the name. So I'll try to put the flower in there, or the picture of the flower in there. This is just a stunning, stunning, stunning catasetum, and it is filled with spikes. Look at all that. I cannot wait because the fragrance on this is a spicy sweetness. It's a combo of spicy floral, and it's just gorgeous. And I ended up putting it on this cone, and I think it likes it. Now, right in front of me, I have this purple beauty for none other than Moats. Now, if you guys been following me now for a while, you're gonna see that I've been visiting Moats a lot in their open house, as well as purchasing at the shows, because I'm really trying to collect as many of their Vandas as I can fit in here. Because their crosses are just so unique, and they do their own crosses. They normally don't resell. I mean, they probably do. I have to ask Bart, but I think most of the Vandas they sell are all crosses they've created because they have their own laboratories there. And this is one of my favorite. This is Karina Moats, which is the name of Bart Moats' wife. But what I love about it is that one of the crosses is Mary Moats, which is his mom, who I adore. And so it's two very special ladies in his life. Plus it has Violetta, which gives that nice little fragrance. Now it is a fragrant flower, but it's very, very, very light. But the purple on this is just, look at the stem. It's also purple. Now below it, it's another purple one, but this is called a Black Star. This is a very sought after orchid from the Moats. This one, I cannot wait for this to open. They're supposed to be so purple, so dark purple that they look black. So this one, guys, if you can get your hands on it, it's great for your collection. Last time I went, I didn't see anymore. I think they were all gone. But I do know that they have seedlings that they're growing, so keep an eye out when you go to the Moats or you go to the Tamiami show, because you might just find one. They don't have a lot of them. And more Moats here. Look at the colors on this. Pink and yellow. Isn't pink and yellow like a great, great combination in flowers? I really, really like pink and yellow in flowers. Even though my colors are cranberry and yellow, I do love the pink and yellow. And here's the name of this one. And this one too has a wonderful fragrance. I don't know what kind of fragrance. Just like your traditional orchid fragrance, but very light. But it's a cutie pie. It is so cute. And what I love about Moats orchids is this: they're not oversized. They grow, their roots kind of grow out like a fan, and the leaves stay pretty small. Now they do get a little bit, they do get tall. Once they start growing, they get tall. but they don't get mammoth like my golden doubloon that's pretty much taking up my entire space area. I feel like my greenhouse is gonna fly away with all this wind. Now this is a species, it's been blooming now for about a month, maybe 3 weeks. And it was gifted to me by Sierra Madre. And this is another one of those dendrobiums that just drives me nuts. I love these unique coiled type of personalities on these flowers. Look at how this coils inside. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I noticed yesterday as I was walking through here that it's giving me another spike up here. And this is the name. Actually, you know what? Here's my tag. I made this name really big so you can see it. All right, now let's enter. Ooh, I'm too close up. My greenhouse, this is what it's looking like. And as you can see, there's lots of blooms, like this one, calling my attention. Come here, mama. I know the wind is pulling you. Now, this is from my buddy over Big Jim at Florida Suncoast Orchids. And if you guys know Jim, you know the kind of quality of orchids that he has. He crosses his orchids as well. He is a grower. And I really like to buy from growers because they tend to give you a lot of information about the orchids. They know how they can tell you how they feed them, what type of lighting they use, how they water them. And this was a beauty that I got from him about 2 years ago. It was kind of small. It was like 3 pieces like this. I'll get you the name. You see Florida Stars with Chrissy Matsuhara. And he had 2 of these in Redland. If you guys go back to my Redland show, my recent Redland show, he had 2, one for $1,200, and I think the other one was for $1,500 or $1,800. And they were so huge. There was hundreds of these flowers. So this is actually a division from the mother plant. And it is very fragrant. Beautiful little pink spots all over the petals. And it does last quite a while. She's been open now for almost 2 weeks. And I have her next to this beautiful spotted charm. Now, something I learned about spotted charms. I don't know why I never noticed this before. But when they first open, the white is actually very green. It's like a pistachio green. And then it matures into this beautiful creamy white background, giving a better contrast to the pink. Now, that pot you see right there comes from my friend Roxy at Orchids 365. And when I bought this at Vicky's, I had to leave it. It was at the exotic plant show. And I had to leave the plant over at Roxy's because I didn't want to walk with it to have more free hands. And she had this pot there on display. And I said, let me put it in here. And when I put it in there, I was like, oh, I think I need to take this pot. It just works too perfect for it. It's one of the best pots in my orchid because of this combination is just so perfect. It was like she made it for that flower. So Roxy, this pot is like the winner chicken dinner in my greenhouse. I really love it. I mean, I have many of her pots, but this one I adore when it blooms, and it has more. It's coming out with more blooms, as you can see here. Now, straight next to my left is my beautiful Mocara spotted charm. It's called spot, but not spotted charm. It's the sun spot for the obvious reasons. And this is a sun plant, but I decided to keep it under my screen because a lot of leaves were getting burnt. And something I've learned in my area, I don't know if it happens to you guys, that when I try to put my sun orchids, like all these are sun orchids that are on here, they start looking a little bit gnarly. The leaves don't look as pretty, and I like to keep my leaves green. That's why I always say keep it green. I like to keep them as green as possible because it just looks pretty with the flowers when they come and bloom. And to tell you the truth, it's no difference in blooming cycles when you have them in here than when you have them in the sun. It still gives me the same amount of blooms At least, and I'm speaking for this one. I'm still trying, like this one here. I'm still trying. It's never bloomed for me, but it's grown a lot. This was a gift from Sierra Madre. It's a very unique. Here, let me get you the name. And this Mandai Poppet, it's a very unique flower. So I can't wait for this to start blooming. But back to this beautiful sunspot. This was a gift from Mr. Laz years ago, before I even planned to start the channel. And he bought one for himself and one for me. And ever since he got it for me, it's just non-stop blooms. Look at all these spikes, dried spikes it has. It is a heavy, heavy bloomer. All right, let's see, should we go this way or this way? Let's go this way. Let's go back to this lovely holiday gift I received from S&W Orchids. Jeremy, all the flowers are open now. Look how beautiful they look. This is the Maikai Munyingi. Hold on, where is it? Where's the tag? Oh, don't tell me I lost the tag already. It's been so windy, guys. Huh? Oh no, it's up here. Sorry. Mayumi Alba. I just changed the name. The BC Maikai Mayumi Alba. And again, like I was telling you guys, the Brassavola nodosa cross in it, as you can see it through the lip and the leaves. And at nighttime, oh, it smells so good. It's a very nicely fragrant flower. And here, I kept the tag, Jeremy, because I just thought this was so kind. I really, really, really appreciate your gesture. And I hung it here because I think this is a good spot right at the entrance while it's blooming. And when they stop blooming, then I put them in other areas, but I like to put most of my blooms here up in the front. It makes it easier to show you guys. Now, right next to it, it's my latest purchase at Moats, which I got at their open house. And this was a big splurge, but I really, really wanted this because look at how many spikes this thing has given in the past. And then it has little keikis with spikes right next to it. So this was a no-brainer when I saw it. Let me get you the name. It has so many roots. There we go. Liovilii cross with a Lamellata varied remediosa. And it was $100, but it's a big mama. Look at that. And her flower is just absolutely beautiful. It's that pink, yellow, and cranberry. So when I saw it, I'm like, okay. I grabbed it right away. I said, you are definitely coming with me. And they kept on telling me, it's not for sale. It's not for sale. You're going to have to ask Dr. Moats and see. And he's like, yeah, it is for sale. I'm like, sold. Now, next to this one is this gorgeous, gorgeous Dendrobium that I got from the Orchid Den. This is called the Blue Twist. Dendrobium Blue Twist. And look at the colors and shape of this flower. Now, this is one of those dendrobiums that the flowers do last a very long time. Like most dendrobium flowers, this one lasts a very, very long time. Let me get you the name real quick. It's simple as that. It's not a complicated name, which I love when they finally decide to do a simple name. It makes it so easy. But look at that. Looking at it this way, look how pretty that looks. Is that not gorgeous? This made it to the cover of one of my What's in Blooms recently. And I'm showing it to you again because I want you to see how long they last. I think I've done already like 3 What's in Blooms with this Dendrobium. and it's a big mama too. So guys, when you get orchids, just remember when you're going to keep them in your space, because this is something I'm learning myself after several years of collecting. They are going to grow pretty big, and I'll show you an example. This was one of the very first Vandas I bought when I was watching Blanca, when it used to be the Orchid Diva. And she showed her orchid de bloom, Vanda de bloom from Banyang, and I ran to Banyang and got one, and it was just one. It was just one of these, and look at this, guys. I have to put the roots down there in a bucket so they don't touch the floor. I'd rather do like that in a bucket, and then for it to touch the floor. It just keeps everything tidy. But it is one big specimen. And I'm probably gonna have to start dividing this, because I don't think I'm gonna have the space for it if it continues growing this quickly. Now let's pull on over to this other cranberry and yellow. I got this, I believe this was purchased at Crowsmith. And this is a beautiful little flower that I just fell in love with when I saw it. And it blooms quite often. Look at all the spikes. Again, this is what you look for when you buy a Vanda. You want to see a lot of dried spikes. If you don't see any spikes, you might be buying a dud. Something that may not bloom for you ever, or bloom for you once in a blue moon. Excuse me. Here's the name. And down here, the keiki, another little spike. So this is what this is an example of what a healthy Vanda should be doing, right when it gets its keikis and it blooms. It should spike continuously. If you see it doing that, then that's the Vanda you want to take home with you. This is gorgeous. Now I am going to skip through some because I have shown you guys these, and there's just quite a lot to show, and I don't want to get too over an hour. I want to keep it within an hour. But this Josephine Vambrero cross with Kawadi fragrance is just the best. This is one of my friend's favorite, Judier. He wants to get one of these. This was a Vanda that I purchased at the Redland show 7 years ago. I had no idea how to grow Vandas back then because I wasn't very familiar with Vanda. Even though I've been buying all kinds of orchids for over 20 something years, I really became serious with them about 7-8 years ago. And this was one of those that I bought, and it was Laz who told me, you need to start buying different ones besides just phals and dendrobiums. So I got this Vanda. I think I paid $10 for it because they had like a box on sale. It was really tiny, it wasn't this big. And look at all the spike it's giving me. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flower. So pretty. I never get tired of this one. And I do have her on a cone. Now, this Vanda, for some reason, here's the name. I'm sorry. I'd rather give you guys a name because I know some of you make lists and then you go hunting for. JVB stands for Josephine Vambrero. B-R-E, B-R-O. Yeah, B-R-O. Yeah. Great. Now these roots, I know that they should look more like this, greener. But these, for some reason, you can water them till the cows come home and they stay brown. But it is a healthy plant, as you can see. It blooms for me 2-3 times a year. And I'm not worried about it. Now check this out. I have no idea what this is. So this is going to be the mystery orchid for this video. If anyone knows what this is, and no, it's not a Layla rubescens, because the flowers are very big. Look at the size of these flowers. They smell delicious. have a really, really good fragrance. And I got this from my neighbors as well. There was a very famous hybrider, or is that how you say it? Hybrider? Cultivator of orchids. His name is Ruben. I can't remember his last name. I'm drawing a blank right now. And my friends bought his entire collection and all this stuff. And then they decided to sell everything and stop doing orchids. And they ended up giving me a bunch of orchids as gifts. They actually loaded my truck back then. And this is one of them. I put it here on this, sorry, on this big piece of cork. And it took really well to it. And look at the flowers, how beautiful they are. Just a gorgeous all around flower. Very delicate, very soft petals. This is not like the waxier petals. This is more like the paper thin petals. But it's just so, so pretty. So if you guys know what this is, I would so appreciate it, because I need to tag her. It doesn't have a tag. And so what I'm thinking is that Ruben, he was known for doing all these crazy crosses. And I think this could be one of those crosses that he crossed with a Layla rubescens and something else. And maybe it never even got registered or went in the market. But if anybody knows, please share, and I will tag her ASAP. I'm loving the color against the blue background of the sky. Now down here is my Siku Marguerite. She is just about to bust out all her blooms. This flower, don't let this tiny little thing fool you. When you take your nose up close to it, it smells like cupcakes. To me, it smells like vanilla. Yep, it smells like a vanilla cookie or something like that, or like a sugar cookie. I got this the very first visit. I went to Kroll Smith, and I bought this from, oh my God, the Orchid Fix. I believe that's what it's called, the Orchid Fix from Hawaii. And I fell in love with these. He had them all over the table, and the fragrance was so good. And they were tiny; they weren't this size. And I decided to put two of them in one, and it took so well. And I put it here in this pot that belongs to the Orchid Den from my friend Josh, and she loves it in there. Really, really nice. It's like a spray of wedding flowers. She still has got a way to go. So in January, I will definitely be sharing the full effect. Right above, Volcano Queen. For very obvious reasons, this has been named that, because it looks like lava. Look how intense those colors are. Is that not beautiful? Here's the name. And I got this from Vicky's Orchid. When Vicky was not Vicky's Orchid, this was way before I even introduced her to the YouTube world. And I ended up buying this and putting, I think I bought 3 of them, and I put them in here. And here's another spike. It's giving me one more here. This is another one of those flowers that will last a very long time. No, she doesn't have fragrance, not that I know of. Let me see. Yeah, they don't have fragrance, but who cares with these colors? I'm here for the colors. Cranberry and yellow. But it does look like lava, and I'm sure that's why they call it Volcano Queen. Maybe it's a Hawaiian orchid. I need to research on this and see what kind of orchid this is, if it came cross from Hawaii or named in Hawaii, because usually Hawaiian names or things that relate to Hawaii come from Hawaii. Now let's go down to this Vanda. This is the Evergreen from Banyang. Another beauty, another special Vanda that Banyang produces. Let me see, let me get you the name here. Ben's Evergreen Delight. And yes, it sometimes gives me, let me see. Oh, here we go. I was going to say, because it usually gives me 2 spikes. But this time it gave it to me a little bit later. Most of the time it'll give me 2 spikes at the same time. And it looks amazing. Now I did notice that here it grew another Vanda. That will happen. Your Vandas will do that. They will grow another Vanda from the actual Vanda instead of from the base. Look at those colors. Another one of those delicate colors. See, orchids don't always have to be like these full-on saturated popping colors. They could also be soft, muted colors, and they're just as beautiful. You are one beauty. Now I am gonna go and take you guys to something that was not supposed to happen this season. Oh wait, my Maikai. Now I did show you over there the white, the Alba Maikai. This is the pink one. This was gifted to me by a very special friend of mine, Joanna, who's part of our Orchid Society group. And I finally put a tag, but I realized that when I was typing, I put BLC and it's a BC Maikai. It's a nodosa with a Boringiana. Now, someone told me that I have to change this, and she is correct, because a Boringiana is not a Cattleyas anymore. It's categorized as a oh my God! Don't draw the blank now, Nelson. It starts with a G. I'll put it under there. It's just too many names right now to remember. And when I do these videos, I gotta tell you, I have so much information right before I start that I wanna remember. And I always forget at least 20% of everything I wanna tell you guys. But I'll remember while I'm traveling in my greenhouse. But anyways, this is a cross between those two. And it's another one that smells delicious. Has a very nice fragrance, and they get really, really big. This was from her mother plant, and I hung it here in my wonderful free grid, wall grid that my handymen were about to toss out in the scrap mount down here. And I was like, no, give it to me, I can use it. And it's a very heavy one, and it holds so many mounts. Look at this. It's just perfect. This was such a great treasure find. Oh, I'm seeing my Schilleriana is about to start spiking. Poor thing, she went through the ringer. I'm bringing her back. Guarianthe. I told you I was going to remember as I walked away. The Boringiana is a Guarianthe, which is the one I showed you guys a couple of videos ago, that it's a cluster. Actually, she's right here. It's a cluster of pink flowers, but right now she's not blooming. There's not much to see at right now. It's just leaves. But this is a Boringiana, Guarianthe, Boringiana. My God, that's a tongue twister. So it's cross this with the Brassavola nodosa, and that's with that flower. Now look over here. Boom. Can you believe, guys, for you guys that have been following me, you know that this only blooms in springtime. What is she doing blooming in December? Now, I was talking to Julian, my brother from another orchid mother, and he told me that perhaps the cold spike and the feeding that I gave it not too long ago induced it. But I'm puzzled. This is supposed to bloom in early spring, like around March, and she's giving me a lot of blooms. I thought it was only like 2 that were coming out, because I already lost 3 actually. They dried up already, and then all of a sudden, boom, it started shooting more buds. There's another one here. I mean, it's just everywhere. And the fragrance, ooh, doggy. The fragrance on this is just amazing, amazing. It's so strong and so feminine. It's a really beautiful fragrance. It's a gorgeous flower, and this is called the Annie Bell. And this is a very special cross from Crawlsmith. Let me see if I can get you the, because I always end up looking, editing on my, here. There we go. And this is a beautiful cross created by none other than Mr. Frank Smith, the owner of Crawlsmith. And it's a very special Cattleya because it was named after his neighbor who looked after him, and he told me it was like his second mom. He said she was a very special woman. Special enough to name her after this gorgeous Cattleya. And again, like I was saying, these yellow and pinks, this combo together just looks so pretty. There's another one under there. She really is a beautiful bloomer. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna bloom for me in March. I think this is the March blooming cycle. It just went ahead of it. Last year, I got 22 flowers. I didn't even count how many I got this time. I gotta start counting them, including the 3 that already dried out. But there's more buds all around. There's another bud there. There's buds everywhere. But it doesn't matter. If it's December or March, I'll take it. And yes, this is my Cattleya leer. I have a Vanda leer, a Cattleya leer, and a wrinkle leer. The wrinkle leer is right here. And it's starting to shoot some crazy spikes. She is really gonna start pushing those spikes out. And I did this a long time ago. Let me see where, I wanted to show you guys. Speaking of Rinkenstylis, I want to show you guys something. These are the ones I got from Pam not too long ago. I would say actually it's gonna be a year. In February, it'll be a year. And look, they're full of spikes. So Pam, if you're watching, your Rinkenstylis are looking so promising. What great, great, great plants. I'm so happy. And I love these leaves with these stripes. All right, Mr. ADD, let's move it on. Now in January, we're gonna have some crazy beautiful blooms from my crestwood here. Hello, Mr. Bulbo. I see you have a visitor. A nice little fly. Hopefully the fly will go in there and try to pollinate it. That would be a wonderful capture. You see it right there? Ooh, there she goes. And there she goes. See, when they go inside, it has a little trap lip and the fly gets trapped inside. And when it comes back out, it will have the pollen on its back. Now there's 2 flies right there. Oh, there's a little tiny fly there too. I think it got scared when it saw. I'm gonna have to move it. So see how this moves? Well, when the fly goes in there, the trap pulls forward, and so the fly gets kind of like stuck in there for a bit, and when it pulls back out, it has a little yellow pon on its back. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it this time. It would have been cool to catch it. I've caught it before. But this is called, let me get you the tag. It's much easier when I show you the tag. The Wilbur Chang. No, that's a typo. It's a W-I-L-B-U-R, Chang. And do you see this right here? The name of this cross right here? Follow these instructions. You don't want to put your nose in there. If you're like me, you're going to end up putting your nose in there, because I'm one of those that is like, oh, it smells bad. Let me see what it smells like. And I put my nose in it. It smells like rotten corpse or like dirty. It's more like dirty laundry. Like when laundry gets really bad and I don't know if you've ever left like a shirt wet and then you didn't realize it. When you pick it up, it just stinks really bad. That's the smell this flower has. So because of that smell, it will call flies. It's purposely doing that to be pollinated. And this is also from Crawlsmith. I bought this very small, and look how big this plant has gotten. But as you can see, there's spikes everywhere. I can't wait for January. I mean, I could wait. I'm not in no rush, but It's going to be very floral this spring, like this floral Xena from Banyang, another great smelling flower that I purchased from Mr. Ben. Now I do have the tag here that I made because I lost the original tag. Simple name. I appreciate that Ben, his father, I believe, is the one who does all the crosses in Thailand, and then they're shipped here to the States. I appreciate, Ben, that your dad is naming them simple names that are pretty easy to remember. Now, this was a gift from my buddy Maria. I do home visits, and sometimes people at the homes want me to take something with me. This one, I invited her to my home, and she brought me a housewarming gift. And look how beautiful it is. María, si estás viendo el video, esta fue la que tú me regalaste. Mira qué linda está. Esta mata se ha puesto tan bonita. This, I'm telling her that this plant looks really, really beautiful. It's gotten so big since she gave it to me. Here's the name. That name is so cool, Nob Fa. But look at the intensity of that red and yellow. And since a lot of you know that I love that red and yellow, you usually tend to gift me things that have red and yellow in it. And this is just one of those really intense, beautiful, beautiful Vandas. Qué lindo. All right. Let's go through here. I think we're done in this area. Yeah, because everything else is in spike right now. Good. We got through it pretty well. Now, there's some that I did skip over because you guys have already seen them in the past, What's in Bloom. I'm going to take you to my Hoyas. I did have some of you tell me that I should cover more of my Hoyas. The reason I haven't been covering them is because I really hate this greenhouse. I have it here because, well, I don't hate it. I'm just not happy with it. It's an old greenhouse. It's been beat up. It's even been through a hurricane. So we're gonna do an extension, we meaning Lewis, that's gonna go out here, and I wanna put my Vandas and my Hoyas in here. Now I wanna start with this one, because speaking of Joanna, who gave me the Maikai, she came by here yesterday, and she brought me a holiday gift. And it was such a sweet gesture. She kept on telling me, when are you gonna be home? When are you gonna be home? I got something for you. I had no idea what it was. And she brought me this Hoya. Look how gorgeous and how many flowers it has. She goes, it has your name written all over it. And I agree. I think all plants have my name written all over it. I don't discriminate when it comes to plants. Here, I wanna give you the name. It's a little blurry, hold on. There we go. It's such a pretty Hoya. Look at the leaves. Now it has sun stress, which I told her I like the sun stress. That's why I put those there, because I want the red on it. And the way you get these reds is let some of the sun hit it. Not full on sun all day, because you will burn your beautiful Hoyas. Just here and there, and they'll start changing color for you. The leaves will change color. Not all Hoyas do that, but some of them do. Look at those tones. It's like a little mini cranberry in yellow. So Joanna, thank you so much for my Hoya. This is such a special gift and so thoughtful. And she drove all the way here to bring me this. So I truly appreciate it. The gesture alone is amazing, and the plant is just a beautiful bonus. Very special gift. Now here are my other Hoyas. Speaking of my other Hoyas, of the sun stressed. See how the colors get? I love how that looks. I think that is just absolutely stunning when you get these different tones on the leaves. And this one, let me see if I can get you the name. I don't think I have the name. That one, hold on. Let me see if I have it on this one, because I have two of them. Yes, I did a tag on this one. Michael, how could I forget? I always say that this sounds like a disease. Oh, she suffers from microphilia. So anyways, let me make sure this is stuck in there, because with these winds, that'll fly off. I want to show you how many flowers this Hoya gives. Is that not incredible? It's just incredible. And she'll be blooming like this for a while. And that's why I have 2 of them. Now, I'm not going to show you all my Hoyas. I'm only going to show you a couple of things. This is not a Hoya. This is what they call the lipstick plant. And this was also from our Orchid Society, Roxy, who owns Orchid 365. She gifted me this with the little basket, the 3D basket that she makes. And look, it's starting to bloom. Now, through the center, it'll shoot a piece that looks like a lipstick. And that's why it's called a lipstick plant. Look, she's full of little flowers and loves it in here. Really, really likes this area. Now, my Solangeanie Rochessinii, that's the name, was in bloom a while ago. Remember? It was really pretty. This was the gift from Mercedes. You know, it's funny. This time around, most of my blooms are gifts, which that's pretty cool. It's starting to bloom again. So I have to keep an eye on this to guide it out into out of the basket, so that way it blooms outwards, because if not, I won't see the flowers. It'll bloom inside the basket. All right, let's go here real quick to my quick tent. I'll give you a little update. We're already at 54 minutes. It's probably more like 55, 56. So it's going to be a little over an hour. And these are my phals. They're doing wonderful. And I think that in spring, we are going to have a parade of flowers. Look, oh, those are roots. But I'm seeing double spikes on most of them. And I'm super excited. Look how cute this little button is. Isn't that adorable? I think I got this at Curlsmith. Can't remember. Now this was my green space that I got years ago. And I had to put it all back together because it got overgrown with weed and ferns. And I decided to put all my phals back here. See, here's more spikes. This is a Dendrobium that's about to start blooming as well. More spikes here. So this is going to be a very impressive spot in the springtime. My Yaya. Now this has been in bloom for 3 what's in blooms, I believe. But look at this flower. It's so beautiful, the way that it spreads out from the center outwards to the petals. It almost looks like it was purposely airbrushed. So if you guys don't have a Dendrobium Yaya, here's the name, get yourself one. Because they do very well, especially if you put them on trees. They do very, very well. And the bloom lasts forever, just like this one, the Dragon King Dragon or Dragon King? King Dragon. I should look, I made tags for everything. But look how pretty. And this is a flower that is about to go already, but it starts off like a yellowy peach and it turns into this super hot pink. There's some more. I don't know the name of this one. So if you guys know the name of this one, please share so I can create a tag. And look at this. Unfortunately, it's got thrips, but one flower did make it. Look at this flower, guys. I don't remember where I bought this. It's so beautiful, and it's a pretty big flower. Again, I don't have a name for that one either. And this is about to start. This is a blue twist, I think. Oh, twinkle, blue twinkle. Let me see. Blue twinkle with Johannes. Siku Jesulin. That's gonna be fun when it blooms. All right, my friends, I think we are pretty much done here. I don't think there's anything else I can share with you right now. If not, it's gonna make it too long. I mean, I can show you this. It's not an orchid, but I had this in my greenhouse and I put the pot under the tree. The plant actually shot its roots through the pot, you know, through the hole, and got stuck under the ground, and I left it there. Look how beautiful. It really likes it in here. It was struggling inside my greenhouse, and it seems to really, really like being under this tree, together with my chromatophyllums that are growing wild on my trees. You know that I did not plant this here. Hold on, let me take this out. This chromatophyllum here grew here wild. I did not plant this. I did plant because it was dying, and this one too. When I saw this gram just growing there naturally, I said, wait a minute. If you like being inside that trunk, there must be something in there that has nutrients that'll make you get strong and grow. And these were like on the last leaf, and look at that. It was a good intuition. All right, my guys. I'm running out of energy. Now, I would take you back here, but well, let's just show you this one last flower. This is another Josephine Vanbrero with Kawadi fragrance, but you're gonna see how different this one looks towards the other one. This is gonna be a show, by the way. I can't wait. These are all motes. Most of my tree Vandas are motes. Now look at this flower, how beautiful. See, it's very different from the other Josephine Vanbrero. It's starting to go on its way out. But it's really pretty. And I love these. They're doing so good on that tree. And you see how they get like this granny apple type of green. They're not dark because that's the sun is right there. So it's hitting directly. But the sun now, it'll start moving from there here, and when the hot afternoon sun, it won't really hit it as much. This is more the morning sun. It's about, I would say 11:30 right now. Very pretty. All right, guys, I think that's it. That's the end of the show and tell. Let's spin this puppy around. All right, guys, that is it. That is the end of the road for today, but not forever, because 2026 is going to be very promising, not just in my What's in Bloom, but with so many shows that are coming up ahead. It's going to be a fantabulous year. I can't wait. We're going to get started with the January shows, which is the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society show and the Tamiami International Orchid show by the Motes. Held also in January, the weekend right after this show is going to be held. So if you guys, again, if you haven't entered on the raffle, please do so. There's not that many people that entered. So if you don't enter, I'm just going to give the tickets to those people. You're going to miss out on a great opportunity. It's 2 tickets plus this t-shirt with this beautiful design on the back. And you get to go any of those 3 days, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, from the 9th to the 11th. And I got to tell you, some of those booths are filled with amazing orchids. Last year, I brought back some really nice things. And Terry did too. Oh, Savannah's calling me. My little girl who takes care of my garden. Come here, Mama. Come here. She's complaining a lot. I don't know what's going on. I think she sees something. She's probably attacking an iguana or something. Which, by the way, iguanas, lizards, and snakes. What, Mama? Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Oh, she wants me to go carry her over there. We're not doing that right now. So anyways, guys, I wanted to share with you guys, ever since I got cats in my garden, I have no more rats, iguanas, lizards, snakes. My cats really take care of those pests. And a lot of you have been complaining that you put your orchids out in the garden and that squirrels eat them, or iguanas or snakes. Get yourself 2, if you can, 3 cats. I have 6 cats outdoors, and I feed them all every day. I keep them healthy, and they keep my yard so clean and free of all pests. And the best way to do it is adopt them. Go and adopt a cat. Any rescue. There's the ones I like to sponsor is Paws for You. They've been a wonderful rescue center for many dogs and cats that have been abandoned. And if you want to clean your yard, just go and adopt a cat. There's plenty of cats to adopt, and they are wonderful little creatures. They give so much back in return. They give so much love, and they will keep everything tidy. Now I used to have a rat infestation due to all our crops. So the rats, during crop season, the rats would come here and just start going all over the place. It was disgusting. And I ended up getting all these cats, and the only rats I see nowadays are the dead ones. Like, they'll kill them and drop them off in front of my door, which I'm not crazy about that, but better a dead rat than a live one. And if you want a puppy, that's another place you can get them. They come already with shots, neutered or spayed, groomed, all cared for, and they even condition them for homes. So if you guys have it in your heart to adopt a pet, please do so at Paws for You. As you can see, these are all the animals that they have now for adoption. I just got 2 little puppies that I rescued. Oh, my light just went out. It gave up on me. 2 little puppies that I rescued that I took to the rescue center, and they are being prepared and fixed for adoption. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that I forgot in the last 2 videos, if you haven't ordered your orchids, your Bubbly and Orchid shirt, please do so. We still have plenty available, because next year when I go to the shows, I am actually going to do things a little different. I'm not going to be filming anymore on the weekends. I'm only going to film the pre-shows, and then I'll go maybe Friday or Saturday or Sunday, or maybe all 3 days, to engage with my viewers and to talk with you. And that way you don't feel like you're interrupting me when I'm filming, and I don't go into my whole ADD moments when I'm filming, because it does get a little bit difficult when you're filming and you want to talk to your viewers and you want to engage. You kind of lose your momentum. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. So if I see you with these shirts on, we're going to take pictures together and we're going to show them on our episodes, and you're going to become part of the Bubblies and Orchid Society. So please go to orchids365.com and purchase your shirt today. This is the men's shirt. The women's shirt are really, I actually like the women's shirt better. They have a V-neck, and the only thing is that they're hourglass shaped, so it creates a really nice shape to the body. I wouldn't wear that because of that, but I do love the V-necks better. But the material is wonderful. It's a nice little stretchy material that's thin, and you don't have a necktie on the back, not tie, like these tags. Even though this one I don't feel at all, it's very tiny, but these you don't feel anything. So if you haven't gone in yet, rush and get them, because once they're gone forever. This is for this year's design. I'm probably gonna redesign a new one for next year, and every year we'll do a new design. So once this design is sold out, we're not gonna be probably selling them anymore. Also, enter the lottery for this show. It's in January, guys. So I really, really want to see you guys at the show. If you just leave your first name and last name, like I said, put I want to enter or I want to participate, and I will put your name in the drawing. And on the first week of January, Terry and I will do a Google random, like we did last year, a Google, what is it they call it, a number generator, and it just randomly picks a generator. So we do it live, so you can see when we're generating the number, so there's no doubt that we're cheating or anything like that. And it's done all live and in color. And that's it. I think that's all I have to say for this episode. Just that we're going to have a great time in 2026, because I've already seen the list of shows. So anyways, my name is Nelson. You are watching Nature Nell. And remember to always, always keep it green. I will see you next time.